Senator Cardozo. Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is for the government representative in the Senate and has to do with affordability. More specifically, the affordability through pharmacare and dental care.
Been around for a while, and at various times the Liberal, New Democratic and Green parties have proposed a national pharmacare policy. In June of this year, the NDP health critic, Member of Parliament Don Davies, introduced a private member's bill on this topic, Bill C-340, and last weekend the NDP National Convention endorsed the party's push for such a policy. The Liberal government has announced that they plan to introduce such a plan, and we know that the two parties are in discussion on a draft bill. Can you provide the House with an update on the negotiations and a timeline of when this bill will be introduced?
Well, thank you for your question. I'm advised that the work is ongoing to introduce a Canada Pharmacare bill to help Canadians have greater access to the health care that they deserve and need. I understand that conversations are ongoing with the New Democratic Party and indeed with all parliamentarians to ensure that Canada's aren't put into an impossible position when they're forced to when they must figure out how to pay for essential items such as drugs. At the same time, the government must ensure that the government acts prudently in a fiscally responsible manner. And in that regard, the government remains focused on determining the most effective way to reduce the cost of pharmaceuticals for Canadians.
Senator Cardozo.
Thank you, Madame la Présidente. I still would like to hear if there is a timeline in terms of passing such a bill by the end of the year. But my supplementary is more in terms of dental care, the other part of health care that is really related to affordability. This policy has been put in place. Could you update us on where the dental care policy is at this point?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you. Regrettably, I don't have any more details on this than in the answer that I gave to our colleague Senator Cordy earlier this month. To remind colleagues, the Canadian Dental Care Plan is expected to begin rolling out by the end of this year, and by 2025 it will be fully implemented to cover all uninsured Canadians with an annual family income under $90,000. And again, the government remains committed to moving forward.